Double upload. Didn't expect that would happen so quick. So I just really wanted to talk about this because this came out today. So today, Disney / ESPN, well, Disney is the conglomerate that owns ESPN. They're removing their content / channels from YouTube TV. Why is this happening? So these big companies, they will have their contracts that they go over with these live TV providers or cable providers, as you used to call them. And I guess they're still out there, so there is that. And what happens is they go into these contract negotiations and they want more money, essentially. It's almost like when an NFL player is trying to negotiate for a higher salary. It's the same thing here, which at the end of the day, should they want more money? I guess. At the end of the day, do they need more money? Probably not, honestly. Maybe a little bit more. But nothing drastic. I would really like to see the terms of these agreements and see the gradual increase on these prices and these contracts that these companies agree to pay out for their content. Because I would really want to know what percentage increase these companies are asking for. Because what's going to happen is once Disney and YouTube or Disney and Google essentially do agree to bring to a new contract to bring their services to YouTube TV, YouTube TV is going to come out and say, hey, to better service our consumers, we are increasing the price of our subscription by $10 a month. It's already like $90, so you might as well put it at $100, right? So this brings me to talk about subscriptions as a whole, because I think we as consumers really have to think about these things. My first point here is the fact that Rocket Money, whenever you see their ads, one of their main claim to fame is we will cancel these unwanted subscriptions or bring to light these unwanted subscriptions. The fact that they have to advertise that, well, the fact that they can advertise that, and the fact that it's actual a benefit for some people is insane, because some people just aren't as price conscious about what they're doing and what they're spending, and they need someone / something to kind of bring it to light. The fact that that's a thing is insane. I like to do a review on my subscriptions every now and then. I only pay for a couple out there now, YouTube TV being my biggest one, and I only pay for that during the sports season. And even now, I am this close to just not having it and just dealing with not seeing sports anymore, because honestly, if you think about it, it's like $90 a month, right? And 90, 180, 270, 360, 450 by the time, $450 by the time this is all said and done, once you're done with the football season. And that's an insane price to have to pay just for me to watch the New Orleans Saints lose by a gajillion points every weekend and not have really good games. So that's one reason why. I mean, that's probably a New Orleans Saints fans problem there. It's just really annoying, but I really just don't like missing those games, and I like to see where they're going, but I'm going off on a tangent there. So maybe that's something I'm about to cancel, honestly, because the money just isn't worth it at the end of the day, probably, in my opinion. And I'm kind of talking myself into it as I'm sitting here talking about it. So you really need to find those subscription services that you get a lot of time and use out of. Like, for instance, if you come home and you actually watch YouTube TV every night, I really don't. I really only watch it for sports. That's about it. If I'm really bored and I just want something on the TV, I'll throw it on, but I really just don't do it that often, honestly. And I was looking at this because I don't know if you would consider 2019 like an early adopter to the live TV model that we see today, but I was on Hulu Live TV back in 2019, and I was looking back at my bank statement, and I was paying $44 a month. And I think later that year, they increased it to $55 a month, which that isn't really too bad. I think $60 to $70 should probably be the max. But at the end of the day, these businessmen would come at me and say, who am I to price this? Because I don't know what the logistics that go into it. But me as a consumer, I feel like that is a good price. I would feel comfortable being, okay, $60, $70. Once you get up to that $90, $100 tier, I just feel like it's too much. But I'm sitting here still paying for it. So what am I talking about? You really just got to find those subscriptions that you get value out of. And for instance, for me, that is YouTube Premium. I pay for the family plan for YouTube Premium for me and my significant other that I live with. It's like $22 a month. You get YouTube with no ads, which if you've ever watched YouTube on the TV, the ads that they pump into videos on their TV app is insane. They're pumping some ad revenue out there. I feel like they kind of push you towards wanting to get that subscription, which, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it's a business, so it is what it is, and we just got to deal with it as consumers. But I do watch a lot of YouTube, so that has come in handy. And at the end of the day, those ads do pay the content creators that do this, and my YouTube Premium does pay those content creators too. So it kind of goes back to the content creators and gives them a little bit. I don't know what the cut on that is. I'd like to see that, but at the end of the day, I'm probably not going to look into it. And you also get YouTube Music, which with that, I canceled my Spotify. I feel like YouTube Music is an okay music provider. And I listen to music so much that I've even contemplated getting a Tidal subscription as well as having my YouTube Premium. But the price conscious side of me really doesn't want to do that. Maybe if I cancel YouTube TV, I can justify it in my head to go ahead and get a Tidal subscription, which I really don't need to. So you really just need to find those subscription services that you get a lot of time and use out of. Like I do use Netflix a good bit. I like to just cut on Netflix. I've been watching Starting 5. I just cut it on, I don't even watch a full episode in one sitting. I just watch maybe 2 episodes in 2 sittings. So I like to cut on Netflix, and I use the YouTube Music Premium, and I use YouTube TV only during the weekends for sports. And that's the thing with sports. It'd be great if they could figure out some sort of different model to push out just sports. Like if I could just pay for just a sports package to watch only sports on these live TVs, because some of that live TV money goes to those other channels, MTV playing ridiculousness 37 times a day. What other ever channels are even out there? The channels that play 2.5 Men reruns all day, and Breaking Bad, well, not Breaking Bad, but Big Bang Theory reruns all day. Sometimes when I am looking through there, I do like to look through a channel that's playing a show constantly and just see like how long it goes for. It's always kind of funny to see, but I just want to come on here and rant about these subscription services because I'm so tired of it. And at the end of the day, it's kind of, I said that phrase so much this video. I am sorry. The consumer really just needs to figure out what they need and what they should pay for. And I really stress, if you're watching this and you haven't looked at your subscriptions lately, look at that. Make sure you don't have any subscriptions that you haven't been using and cancel them. And even, let's just say like HBO Max. Let's say they're going to play The Last of Us and you want to watch that. Build up like a list of all the shows you want to watch in a subscription service. Wait until you are ready to actually watch those, watch them, and then cancel. That's probably the move, honestly, because it doesn't, for convenience, is it nice to have all these subscription services that you can just cut on at any time? Sure. But if you're not actually using said subscription service, just cancel it and do it again. That's the one good benefit I will say that you have to these, because like with YouTube Music, like I said, or YouTube TV, I cancel it during the non-football season because I'm not watching live TV besides for football. So yeah, we really just got to be smart with how these subscription services are doing us, because these companies are not going to do us any favors at the end of the day with these subscription price increases. So that's all I had to say. So thanks for coming to my talk about that. Peace, everybody.